Oh, hi, everybody. This is Dr. Kenton Wakes Up. I'm Dr. Kenton. Today's Wednesday, May the 8th, 2024. And if you had T-Frog on your bingo card, you just won big. Today, I'm going to try with notice the last handful of days that my mood was not very pleasant. So I'm going to try with the tea. Frogs floating on top of the tea. How about that? The tea today is Malachi McCormick's Decent Tea. I believe this is a concept from Harney's. Let me get the bag. I've had that tin for a little while and I keep refilling it. Let's see if I can make that show up so you can read it. Malachi McCormick, Harney and Sons. They have an online tea venture that they sell lots and lots and lots of different kinds of tea. So if you're into tea, it might be worth checking out. I got that floating, what is it? What would it be called? A tea infuser, floating tea infuser, tea ball. It's got a little cone on the bottom. It's metal. Anyway, I like it. Malachi McCormick, Decent Tea. There's also a booklet that you can buy. I bought a hardback, hardcover. Talks about the history of tea. Talks about why he calls this decent tea. If you're not into looking for obscure hardback copies, I'll give you a little overview from memory. He traveled a lot. He was a writer and pursued creating a tea blend that he could replicate pretty much anywhere he traveled. And what I found is that it says Assam and Kimum on the label. There we go, Assam and Kimum. And those, I don't know if it's respectively, but each of those is the principal ingredient in Irish breakfast and English breakfast. So if you mix those two together, you might get somewhere near this. And on the back, there's helpful rules for what a decent cup. He also gets into a playful use of the English language. I believe that this Mr. McCormick was Irish. Forgot my creamer. Gets into some playful wordplay. Somebody, I think that he identified her as an American woman. Asked why he didn't call it. Says a cup of decent tea, and she was curious why he didn't call it a decent cup of tea. Anyway, just if you imagine that decent is a noun, I guess. Anyway, so tea. I've got my eye on the timer here. It's been about 4 minutes, so anytime now. One of the things that I've done as an amateur until lately is read and study and meditate on the concepts of Stoic philosophy, and one of the big hitters in that is named Epictetus. And I believe right away in chapter 1 of his Enchiridion, or discourses, or whatever they, anyway, the Enchiridion talks about the limits of what you have control over. You have control over your bodily actions sometimes, the things you say, and the things you think about. And he said sometimes you don't have control of your body, so the things you can count on having control of are the things you think about and the things that you say. And that seems like an awful lot less than what people are sort of expecting you to have control over, but let's put that to the side. It's been a helpful meditation lately because there's several instances in my work life, especially, where people are messing up. And my previous uh, personality, I guess I'd say, is that I would try to intervene and help them avoid failure. But one thing that I've also learned at being an amateur Buddhist studier of Buddhist stuff is that wanting things to be different than they are is suffering. In life, there is suffering. But if you live your life artfully and you are careful and attentive, you can reduce how much suffering you experience in your life. So I'm in suffering reduction mode right now. And like I said, it's hard. It's been my MO, the way that I console myself or look myself in the mirror and realize that I'm being at least trying to be a decent person, that feels like a tough sell, trying to look at things so differently. It's almost like the prime directive in Star Trek, where people aren't supposed to get involved. Well, Starfleet limited itself in how it would get involved in planetary conflicts so as not to choose sides, I guess, because Starfleet wasn't a mega military thing. It was at first it was a scientific exploration thing. Anyway, you didn't come here for Star Trek. So in any event, there's a lot of parallels is what I'm getting at. Buddhists say that when you think about things that are outside your control, you will suffer. Stoics say the amount of things that are in your control is substantially less than you imagine. In fact, there are only two: the things you think about and the things that you say. So what I'm getting at is the fact that I recognize that I can't get involved and that it hurts a little to recognize that somebody's sliding down the failure pole, that can't get involved. It's not my fight. It's not my turn to care or whatever. All right. Through some miracle of the bending of space and time, I got over 7 hours of sleep last night. I was awake at 3 for a good long time. Worrying, I guess. Anyway, enjoy your hump day if you celebrate, and if today's payday for you, happy payday. Otherwise, just remember, love you, bye.